Welcome to Top 10. Please subscribe. Top 10 Ways to Save Environment. Number 1. Grow more trees. Trees not only help in purifying the air around us but also benefit in a million other ways, one of which is climate control. As we know that greenhouse gases have poisoned the air and have led to the depletion of ozone layer of the atmosphere, which in turn has caused the temperature to rise. Trees contribute in maintaining the air quality by emitting oxygen and thus reduce the greenhouse effect from the atmosphere. As a result of this, trees save us from extreme weather conditions. Lately, people are getting more aware about the benefits of planting trees, as several missions and programs are being organized by the governments of various countries and UN as well. Number 2. Say no to plastics. Plastics are non-biodegradable substances that do not decompose ever. Plastics cause much land pollution and also prove fatal for animals when they swallow polythene bags or pouches. It chokes their respiratory system and as a result they die out of suffocation. Also, burning of plastic causes production of highly poisonous and toxic gases that are harmful for humans to inhale. We must stop the use of plastics that is available in the form of bags, toys and other daily use objects and turn towards better options like jute bags or paper bags, clay toys, etc., which are eco-friendly as well. Number 3. Use alternative source of energy. Coal and petroleum are the two important sources of energy used by people in transportation, to obtain electricity, in industries and factories, etc. However, we should also consider the harmful effects of using these sources of energy. The gases emitted during the combustion of coal and petroleum are responsible for increasing the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which highly contributes in depleting the ozone layer and thus adds up in raising the temperature. We must turn to other forms of energy like wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, etc., as they do not leave any after effects and work in an environment-friendly manner. Number 4. Use public transport. Modernization has brought considerable change in the lifestyle of people, and as a result of this, people turn to a more comfortable and lavish ways of living. Owning personal vehicles now is no more limited to need, rather it has become a status symbol. People these days own more cars than the number of family members in the house, and this has undoubtedly left a negative impression on the environment. The gases coming out of the vehicles by the combustion of fuels are adding to the air pollution even more. Thus, it is better to use public transportation for going to workplace or reduce pressure on environment. Number 5. Do not litter your surroundings. Littering around is in itself a bad habit that many of us have. However, it does not just make the place unhygienic but also affects the environment adversely. Throwing away wrappers, garbage and other waste around your surroundings adds up in the breeding of germs and bacteria, which are responsible for causing several diseases and polluting the air around. Wastes you throw away also contain non-biodegradable items which remain there in the environment and sometimes reach to the water bodies and destroy the life there as well. Number 6. Save natural resources. The reserves of non-renewable natural resources like coal and petroleum are limited and endangered. We have already exhausted these reserves by using them with carelessness, and now the situation has arrived that only a handful amount of these non-renewable forms is left. What we can do is to follow the idea of sustainable use and use these resources wisely and judiciously. We can rely upon the other renewable forms of energy and put less pressure on the non-renewable ones. However, we must not consider the renewable reserves as our own property and should not waste them too. This way we can save our natural resources for ourselves as well as for our future generations. Number 7. Rainwater harvesting. Although water is a renewable natural resource, yet the careless use and wastage of water has started the problem of water crisis in several countries. Our biggest fault is that we start taking things for granted, especially those that are readily available to us. However, the need of this hour is to start taking this issue seriously and try to save water in as many ways as possible. One of the best and easiest ways to do so is by collecting rainwater in reservoirs, tanks and at a very primary level in our rooftops so that it could be used for other purposes in our houses like for watering plants, washing dishes, etc. Number 8. Reduce pollution. Pollution is one of the major reasons for the degradation of environment. All kinds of pollution like land, air and water act as the mediums to ruin our beautiful earth and make it unsuitable to live in comfortably. However, it is only humans who are responsible for pollution, as they are the agents of spreading it. The use of refrigerators, air conditioners, microwaves, factories, industries, motor vehicles, etc. contribute in causing air pollution. The discharge of waste from factories, dumping of garbage into the water bodies is leading to water pollution. We must understand that our actions are not only posing threat to the environment but ultimately it is making the earth unfit for us to live in. Thus, we should stop practicing such activities at least at our level to help in reducing pollution. Number 9. Recycle. Recycling the products is the best way to reuse objects in different ways. It is the process of turning waste material into new and usable ones. This could be seen as an alternative for waste disposal, as we know that disposing off waste, especially non-biodegradable objects, pressurizes the environment to a great extent. The processes of waste disposal like incineration and landfilling cause tremendous amount of damage to the environment in the form of air and land pollution. By recycling, we can use the same object all over again in different forms, and as a result, the production of materials like plastics could be lowered down. Number 10. Spread awareness. Indeed, working on the personal level to protect our environment helps a lot. However, we should also step out of our comfort level and try to make others aware of the practices which lead to the degradation of environment. We must take extra efforts to spread this awareness to the less educated and less exposed section of the society. If every one of us begin to do our part in saving the environment, the earth will again become the same beautiful and healthy place for living. Thanks for watching. Subscribe now to know about top 10 profitable plants to grow.